What's going on, everybody? This is Echo. Welcome to the Echoisthename podcast, episode 12. We might have to do a two-part podcast considering the kind of information we're going to go over. We're going to talk about solutions. First, we're going to talk about how we know that protest, the way we've been protesting, as long as we've been protesting, is not the answer to anything. We've gotten nowhere really since maybe the late 60s, early 70s with protests. We have to adapt to the times. Why? Let me give you an example. On February 15th and 16th, 2003, the largest coordinated protest in human history took place against the Iraqi war. It was 60 countries, 600 cities, like 6 to 11 million people protested all over the world. In the U.S., they said it was like 150 cities. And it was just everywhere. Millions of people around the world protesting. In Rome, they said it was the largest. It broke the record in the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest protest ever in Rome. Over 3 million people in the streets. We still went to war, bro. So that's bullshit, man. We keep doing what we've been doing. Look at all the protests in the streets about all the people being killed by police. They still do it. Put cameras on them. They still do it. This is not the way to do it. We're not going to gain anything by doing the same thing we've been doing forever. It just doesn't work, man. So here's what we got to do. We got to take over in politics. And I'm not talking the kind of politics you think where it would be boring and you have to basically abandon your life and become a politician and do all the shit that you don't even want to do, since you really probably don't even understand how politics truly works at its core. You're not supposed to. It's not something that they want known. So I'm going to give you some examples of some movements, some parties, political parties that have been formed in our recent times that have actually gained a lot of momentum and have won a lot of shit in the countries that they're set up in. Now, the homie Michael White, who started the Occupy movement back in 2011 with Adbusters, I've read his book, End of Protest, like 5 times. He's a genius. But he has also talked about these other things online as far as movements that have taken place that we can actually mimic. So first I'll tell you about the 5 Star Movement, a political party that started back on October 4th, 2009. It wasn't even started by a politician. It was started by a comedian, a popular comedian in Italy, and a blogger. His name was Beppe Grillo. His name is Beppe Grillo. And his homie Gian Roberto, he passed away. But they win a lot of things in Italy, man, and they stand for a lot of things that most people, I think, if you ask what you stand for, they would agree with this party. They're anti-establishment, environmentalist, anti-globalist. The 5 key issues that they stand for are public water, sustainable transport, sustainable development, the right to internet access for everybody, and environmentalism. They don't want to fuck with the environment. Like I said, they win a lot of shit, man. They have a lot of the members of their party voted into the Chamber of Deputies in Italy, so they get to make a lot of decisions on policies and reform and shit like that. And they're still popular today. You can look them up. There's also the Podemos movement. Podemos means we can. That's a political party in Spain, a left-wing political party. They were founded in March 2014 after they had a whole protest movement against inequality and corruption called the 15M movement. It was this political scientist, Pablo Iglesias, who started the group. They're the second largest political party in Spain by number of members after the People's Party. It became the 3rd largest party within the first 20 days that it started to allow membership, with 100,000 people signing up. And now the membership's up to like 390,000 people. In May 2014, they got 7.98% of the national vote with 1,200,000 votes that were cast, and elected 5 members of their party into the European Parliament. At the elections for the national parliament the next year in December, they got about 21% of the vote and became the 3rd largest party in the parliament with about 69 out of 350 seats. So they're making all kind of changes with their government and their reform. And again, it's just a model of something that we could look at and we could try to do here. Now, Iceland already gets it popping as far as jailing the bankers that stole all the money back in 2008. They don't fuck with a lot of fuck shit. So out there, they got this thing called the Pirate Party, right? Now, the Pirate Party is this thing that's like, it's It's different types of parties as far as names, but they all kind of go under the umbrella of pirate party in different countries. And they are parties that support civil rights, direct democracy, participation in government, reforming of copyright, patent laws, free sharing of knowledge, open content, information privacy, transparency, freedom of information, free speech, anti-corruption, internet neutrality. I mean, it's something that it sounds like a lot of people here fuck with or could fuck with, can get involved with. I mean, a lot of these parties agree with everything that you agree with. They just got to get more people popping behind them and more people to know about them. The ideology behind a pirate party is left liberalism, kind of, going for civil rights, anti-corruption. They're progressive. So this pirate party in Iceland started popping out there in like November 2012. And the party applied for a ballot list letter so they can get to run in 2013. And actually in July 2016, they also got a letter issued to them that they were allowed to be involved in future elections as well. So they're going to be going on for a while as far as reforming their government. They've already begun. In the first electoral participation at the 2013 parliamentary election, the Pirate Party won 5.1% of the votes, and that's right above the 5% threshold that you need to win representation out there. In 2016, they had an opinion poll in their country, and their public support, the Pirate Party support, was at 37.8%, above all the other political parties in Iceland. Even as recent as October 2016, the Pirate Party won 10 seats with about 15% of the votes in parliament, up from 3 seats. So all it takes is just people getting together in our country that have the background and the knowledge on this kind of stuff as far as political scientists, people that want to get involved, people that want the same kind of things these people want. Again, it's not that much different from what you probably think you want. The Pirate Party, a lot of the common policies are, look, check this out. 1, defend the freedom of expression, communication, education, and respect the privacy of citizens and civil rights in general. 2, defend the free flow of ideas, knowledge, and culture. 3, support politically the reform of copyright and patent laws. 4, have a commitment to work collaboratively and participate with maximum transparency. 5, do not support actions that involve violence. 6, use of free software, free hardware, DIY, and open protocols whenever it's possible. 7, politically defend an open, participative, and collaborative construction of any public policy being voted on. 8, direct democracy. That means consensus. That means a true majority rules. 9, open access. Just in general, just open access to everything that is the Earth's common heritage, all the resources, all the information, everything that should be known, that needs to be known by all people, being known, being put out there for you to know. That's why we have something called the World Wide Web today that connects everyone to everything. You could know anything in the world at a fingertip. It doesn't even matter, man. And 10, open data. Again, same thing, just having access to everything it is that you need access to. That includes human needs, food, water, shelter, warmth, love, community, social interaction, and above all else, we just got to reform all this. The only way we're going to get this solved is by using the template. We're not going to win with violence. We're not going to win with riots. We're not going to win with protests. The economic boycott is working. We got to keep pressing on that issue. We got to keep making sure that we hurt the establishment in the pockets and the people that are getting over. I mean, right now it's what the minority wants above what the majority wants in this country. It's been like that for a while. It's time for the majority to get together and get it popping. All the minorities put together become a majority. And the majority that exists right now is being represented by the minority. And that shit does not fucking work. We got to change this shit from top to bottom. If you with me, fuck with me. Echoisthename.com. Hit me on my social medias. Twitter.com, Echoisthename. Instagram.com, Echoisthename. Find me. We'll talk. We'll continue this at the next podcast.